to the point where I was like, all right, I know I put the characters in what classes I want them to improve on. I'll just breeze through it so I can get the game over with, you know.
And then you realized, shit, these suck. I should have put them into this instead.
I didn't run into that
Well,
problem.
time to reload a save. Oh shit, I don't have a save. I overwrote it. Shit.
You know, at that point, I'm just going to be like, let's reenact my favorite movie of all time, Old Yeller. Let me head to the shack.
Let me reenact a favorite of mine. It's called Aliens.
Oh.
I'm just say, it's game over, man. It's game over.
All right, so I'm gonna do a little bit more. Oh, I can do certifications now. Woo! Looks like everybody has read the MPI. Let's see.
Hooray! Still bullshit.
Let's see.
MPI red? What is an MPI? What?
Okay, so talking a little bit more of the game. When you reach a certain level, I think when you reach level 5, you're able to do the beginner seals, just like Fates was, the intermediate, advanced, and then special ones that don't really mean that they're better. And then there's master, which unquestionably are the best classes in the game, bar none. You could be awesome by just choosing the intermediate ones, but why would you do that when all the costumes look super amazing and grandiose in master class? So there's that. So, for me personally, when I play as Byleth, I like using the fighter class. I just feel like a Dragon Ball Z character when I do that. And you'll be seeing a lot of, two-fisted punches from this guy throughout the entirety of the game. Unfortunately, they did not put the fighter class for females. That's just like one class out of a whole bunch of them that they just said, nah, it's only going to be for guys.
But the female has the Pegasus Knight.
But it's not fighter
The
class.
females can punch up to 2 classes, but they get cut off on the 3rd.
But Pegasus Knight which can also become a wyvern.
It's a Fire Emblem game. I want to customize the characters how I want to have them be. Why put a stupid situation on them? Doesn't feel.
Well, Byleth wasn't going to have Pegasus Knight to begin with anyway, because that's just Fire Emblem.
Oh yeah, well that's more of a historical thing with the games. But like, why? What they can't? They say that the females can't do master fighting. What is this dummetry here?
It's called realism.
Oh no! You gotta get out of here with that realism crap. No, I don't. In my Fire Emblem game, nah.
Hey, don't hate me. Hate the game.
This is
all I'm basically hearing is I'm going to be a teacher.
Do some assault and then bring down the sword on their opponent.
All I'm hearing is I'm going to be a teacher and I'm going to be pretty much a pedophile.
All I'm hearing is, I'm a little bit fierce. Please stop me from talking.
You can't have support with them until after the time skip, and by then most of them are over 18.
Honestly, that shouldn't have even been a thing.
He should have been the same age. He should have been the same age as them to begin with.
Yeah.
It's like quit grooming them, dude. It's not right.
Technically, you are the same age as them.
At the time skip. Yeah, because you're cryogenically frozen for some odd reason.
Yeah, with your inferior colored hair.
And
you're just going to look at your waifu and you're just going to be like, you want that A in that class? Meet me after. Meet me after. She'll get that A.
Oh, they're all totally willing.
Yeah, they would. They would do it. They would do it.
Well, we all know Annette's working hard on that. Look at her in her gym outfit.
Most of them would do it without the promise.
I heard that, Reggie. I heard that.
You were supposed to hear that. You're welcome.
I was going to say, as long as they get a D, they're all good.
Yes, he gets it.
Though to be fair, I think Byleth in this case, he's one of the few protagonists that don't actually have kids when he marries the
Nah, he doesn't.
You
Which
know
is
why? I was gonna say because he was actually smart enough to put on condom.
You know, I think it's. Yeah.
the game was smart enough to not deal with that bullshit.
By the way,
what would they have done if they had allowed child units in this game? Have you tutored them too?
Okay, so to get back on the game that's going on right now, we're actually getting to the first actual mission for the month. We're here to go eliminate... No, sorry, let me backtrack. The church is asking us to eliminate the bandits that were hired to kill the kids originally. So we're going to do that.
In actuality, Edelgard is just looking to clean up loose ends.
Yeah, and the Flame Emperor, who is a.k.a. Edelgard.
Actually, Claude.
Yeah, actually Claude. Oh my goodness, plot twist. the Edelgard mask comes off and it's Claude.
You must deal with Edelgard.
I remember Claude is here.
It was me.
So this will probably be the major battle we do for this session, and then we'll call it a day. Because we're delayed 30 minutes, I want to at least go into a little bit around 10:30, and then we'll call it.
And then this fight is going to last up until 11.
Well, the cool thing is, I'll just leave it on suspend save, because I'm not really going to be playing my Switch at all this week. Okay, so this is where they bring up the Divine Pulse. They introduced this mechanic in, was it Tales of Valentia?
Yeah, it was also... Was it also in the original game? I don't remember, but it's Mila's turntable, yeah.
Yeah, so they introduced this because they realized people save scum in this game. Because they don't want the units to really die. So, yeah.
Which is understandable.
I did that a lot in
It would be
Fates.
fine if it was like one person that was attached to dying, but honestly, they tend to get like several.
But yeah, they did this so that they knew people, if they made it one mistake or they got blindsided, they would at least have a chance to redo a couple moves or the entire move up to a limited amount of time. So that way the challenge is still there. Because trust me, even with resets, there are times where it's not even enough, and then you have to just bite the bullet, either lose your unit forever or reset the entire map. Because there's still challenges.
You can only do it 3 times.
So we're gonna get into this battle. We're gonna go confront the bandits, the sticky bandits, and yeah, that's pretty much what this map is all about. We're confronting.
December, folks. When we're recording this, so that makes sense.
Also, this is canonically.
They're the wet bandits.
So this is canonically the first time your students are about to kill people. So everyone kind of has like their first like taste of what it is to kill people.
Dimitri and Felix.
What, they've killed people before?
Yeah.
Before this?
I think so.
No, I think this is like legitimately their first time actually stabbing people for real.
Maybe I misunderstood the support.
No, they were like brutal in battles, like against other students, but they never killed anybody yet. There's a difference.
Well, unless the supports were referencing something after the time or during the time skip, in which case, I don't know. I only watched a video that detailed Dimitri for over like an hour and a half.
Edelgard's pet probably killed someone.
True.
She has that face.
Alright. You remember the video I linked to you about what's his name?
Xander?
Xander?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same dude did a video on Dimitri.
Oh, cool. I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
But I did watch the video.
Yeah,
the real friend does.
That was
Remember that, Richard.
That was the most recent, or one of the most recent ones he uploaded.
God.
I think I linked him the same video once.
You showed me the Camilla one.
Oh. No, I think Xander.
That was one of the first ones that dude did.
No, Explode showed me the Camilla mental issues she had.
Wait, was it support science or was it something else?
It was the supports
It was
and
support science
her main
because-
character.
He couldn't really cover much on Camilla. He
Okay.
didn't change.
Nah, she doesn't. And that's kind of the point of her character. She's basically in charge of the game, but different.
So, what do you think of the game so far, Jose? You've been awfully quiet for a bit. Oh, I think he just straight up took off.
And like that, you've lost me.
Well, I guess to keep the conversation going a bit, because I'm working on this map. Who are your favorite characters from this game, Reggie? Like in terms of like who you've seen?
Just by design alone, or like actual character?
Both.
Because I don't know much about any of them really, aside from like maybe 2 or 3 of them, right? But as far as design-wise goes, obviously Edelgard was my top pick when the game was first announced.
Kinky.
Why is it Kinky?
Then
You know why?
the other standouts were, I think, Lysithia as far as design. The white hair, pink reddish eyes. I was like, okay, she looks like a character of significance. Either that or she's just
Oh, the one
an
who's
anime
small
character.
and young,
Yes.
and the nuke.
Yes. Not that we knew that when the game was announced, but based off of design alone, it's like, okay, well, that one looks really interesting. And then I believe the other one was it? Oh yeah, and Leone. But then I found out Leone was a shit character. And then, yeah. But as far as like the actual characters themselves, I only know about. Well, obviously, I know about Dimitri and Edelgard due to videos and such that go over most plot of the games. So I was like, yeah, of course you got to know about them. And then I know a bit about Rhea, and.
Okay, well here's an easier question. Who is your least favorite character that wasn't Leone?
Least favorite,
Yeah.
like in general, or like
Okay.
as an actual character?
Both, but here's the thing. Let me correct what I said here. Not least favorite.
Okay,
but most hated character in the game.
Well, okay, let's see. I really didn't see the appeal of Bernadetta when the game was first being announced. She looked like a nothing character.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah. And then afterwards, like, okay, so she's not a nothing character. Okay, cool. The blue-haired one is kind of a nothing character, though.
The other Bernadetta character.
Yeah, Marianne, I think, right?
Marianne.
Yeah, Marianne.
Yeah.
Marianne.
Yeah, she ended up being a really nothing character. Dorothea was kind of like, Dorothea's fine. Like, there's no real problem with her. Petra is just wasted potential. Like, when I heard about Petra, I was like, oh, that sounds like, like Lindis as a just a normal supporting cast character instead of one of the lords. And instead it's just, oh yeah, so I am a political hostage. But that is okay. I work hard for my people. Oh, and I'm also friends with the person that's, enslaving my people. That's
Isn't
because,
that great?
right? And it's just like, okay, cool. Or as Mark mentioned to me before, or you can recruit her while you're on one of the other houses, and she's basically just like, no, fuck you, I'm gonna feed my people.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool.
Claude is trying to end racism, so
Right, yeah.
Kind of.
Right, but even we're not talking about Claude though.
It's straight up Petra.
Claude doesn't matter. Even the game knows this. That's why they threw him at the those who slither in the dark, because the game doesn't care about those guys either.
Yeah, those who don't matter.
Right. And it's just like, okay, cool. Yeah, Petra. Like I when I heard the premise of Petra, I'm like, oh, cool. That should be similar to Linus, who is currently my favorite Fire Emblem character, mostly due to exposure. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's not. And I shouldn't expect her to be like, original Fire Emblem waifu. But at the same time, if you're gonna have a character with such a similar premise, and then an actual interesting hook, I expect something decent, and it's not.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. For me personally, of course, my favorite character here was Annette for the reasons I already explained. Leone was the biggest lowest point for me in terms of like characters I didn't like.
Besides Leo.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna get to that. The character besides that I did not like the in terms of aesthetic and just plain old being boring was Rhea's fanboy. I forgot his name.
Yeah. Donald, I think? Or was that... Oh, no, that's... Donald is from Awakening, never mind.
He's got the same skill, though.
Right, yeah, he's the villager.
Which ironically, correct me if I'm wrong, but he shares like a similar voice with Kaba. Another character with wasted potential.
I wouldn't know.
Well, Kaba has like he has that. Unless I'm wrong here, but Kaba feels like his voice sounds very similar to that dude.
I wouldn't know.
Like a very youngster type character that is trying to do their best. I don't know. In terms of like the voice casting, all that, they always seem to get characters that sound similar to their body builds. That kid, I did not like. It's not because he was a Rhea fanboy. He just looked so boring, and his character type was so underwhelming.
He was the I don't care what you say, I'm just going to ignore you kind of guy.
No, and granted, most of the reason for that in his supports is because, like, the supports start by interrupting his job, and he's not a student. He's an employee.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure he has a body pillow of Rhea somewhere.
Right, but like on his side of the situation, like, oh my god, these people keep interrupting me while I'm just trying to do my damn job. So I'm on the floor. You talk to me. Go away, right? That's basically that's basically how all his sports start.
Finally, Annette, you hit somebody.
And usually the middle too.
Yeah.
Look at that. Everyone's all freaking out that they killed somebody, and Annette's all happy about it. Like, yeah, I took somebody out.
Oh, has everybody else been saying something?
Yeah, when you KO, in this map specifically, when you take KO, or like I guess kill a unit on this map, they have something special to say about what they just did.
What did say?
I haven't done that yet. I haven't KO'd somebody with him yet.
We'll have to watch the dialogue when it goes live in 300 months.
Let me see. Oh wait, I got the log here. Let's see. Log. Did he kill anybody here? Oh yeah. No, that was. Oh wait, right. No, I haven't killed anybody with Dimitri yet. So like, Mercedes, like, I hope the goddess blesses them to rest in peace. That's her sentiment, and that's like, I did it. See, I'm a great fighter.
And Happy is getting the hang of it.
Yeah.
So and Dedu, he's like still whole and sound, I hope. So that's that's kind of the colorful commentary to how things are. I
Looks like they
legitimately
all have at least 2.
no, it's just one.
Mm.
It's just one.
Weird.
Was it Dimitri should be able to handle this guy. Yeah. I think we legitimately lost Jose. Like I think he probably passed out.
Well, at least he's not snoring like me and Diego.
Maybe he got scared off by my teleprompter fucking recommendation again.
I guess so.
So I called him a little bit.
Oh no! 30% chance to hit Dimitri. Uh oh.
I see sound. I see sound on his end.
Yeah, but we can't hear him. Unless he blew a speaker or something. Yeah. That'd be unfortunate. Look at this guy hitting me with an axe from a long distance. Hiya! Even though I missed, I still tried attacking him. I just love the Chalice. It's so good. You'll know. I was gonna say Bladel. Annette here. She's able to. She has high magic and high resistance. So you'll be seeing me, even though she has an axe and all that stuff. She could tank a lot of magical.
That looks stupid.
Huh?
That guy's hat looks stupid.
Oh, he's evil. That's why. Don't you know?
Shouldn't he have 2 hats then?
Stickman joke.
Let's see. Yeah, Mercedes could deal with it. And of course, Mercedes, she could tank practically any magical attack because she's the white mage of the group.
And nobody touches white mage.
Yeah, nobody touches white mage. All right, Dende.
Yeah.
You can calm down now.
And then the white mage dies.
Yeah.
Out of mana.
That was a good joke.
Very good joke. Yeah.
It's like one good reason why I shouldn't rip your head off. God, you touch me, you're never getting up again. That's right. I'm your white mage. And nobody fucks with the white mage. And just boom.
Well,
like,
they
heal her down! Heal her down! Anybody got a res? No! I was like, we're a DPS class, damn it!
We
don't have utility!
You see if Violet is able to open this up. Alright, so look, we're practically halfway done with this map. We just gotta deal with these stupid archers flooding in.
Looks like we're already halfway there!
Halfway there! Halfway! Alright, let's see.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so our main target is this dude, Kostas.
Over in the back.
Yeah, this guy over here just chilling out. It's weird, they actually look at you. They actually look at you whenever you move the camera.
They know.
It's sentient! Throw it away!
Well, at least
Probably
he has an actual name.
Well, yeah, he's an actual character.
Right, but like at least he has an actual name, unlike some other early villains. Last.
Where they're just enemy general and all that.
No, like so one early example that I know of from Fire Emblem 7, aka the Blazing Sword. One of the early chapter bad guys that you see that you meet and kill is some bandit named Glass, and he looks like a total like buck teeth and everything, right?
You.
It's just like his name is Glass.
Is he glass cannon? Is he a glass cannon?
No, he's
He's a glass jaw.
Oh, glass
Yeah.
jaw. Okay, that makes sense.
but just like he even has a brief scene to introduce himself before the when the chapter starts. Because like his like crew sneaks up, ambushes. I think it was Lindis. Yeah, like his crew ambushes Lindis in like I think chapter 3 or 4, something like that. And it's just like, okay, cool. So, who the fuck are you, and why should I care?
Come in
Yes,
class.
my name is Glass, and I'm gonna kill you and take all your. I was like, all you. It's like he's just like talking shit, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, why is this a character? And if he's a character, why the fuck is his name Glass?
And while he's talking, he's punch.
Might as well, yeah. But no, they had to actually force me to go through an actual stage. It wasn't even a complicated stage, but it was just like,
It was your introduction. Tutorial fight.
nah. The tutorial fight was in chapter 1 and 2. Chapter 2 is when you learn about the weapon triangle, and they decide to use Sane as the dummy. It's hilarious, but
the Japanese version, if you had the
right, but I didn't download the Japanese version. I downloaded it on a Wii U. So yeah.
even if you
Also-
did have the Japanese version, you probably wouldn't have been able to. Because
No,
the Wii
'cause
U
I've never
was dumb
played
in
it.
that- No, because the Wii U was dumb in that aspect where you couldn't. Use
Yeah, that
other-
too.
Oh, Net almost died there.
Damn.
She took 5 damage. She's not that weak.
No, but she was gonna. If she didn't dodge the first attack, she would have had 2 health left. Let's see.
You mean she still would have lived?
Yeah, she still would have lived, but if she would have got crit.
Anyway, but yeah. So what was it? What were we talking about just now, though?
Character class, yeah.
Right, yeah. It's damn trains.
Yeah, so we're inching our way towards it. This is pretty easy. We're just doing what we normally should be doing in this mode, traveling as a group instead of scattering about like an idiot. I think the group themselves, like the group mentality, what I mean is the students. Gylith can actually defend himself. He does a lot of crits. He has a lot of evasion. He's perfectly fine. He doesn't need help. So,
Yeah, unlike you, I don't need help.
Sasuke.
It's like nothing tough without your backup bastards, are you? Then why you gotta be so mean? You know what, you're right. Why don't I just grab a few of my friends and just try to kill you at random? Personally, I think that's a cult. You know, you're right. Unlike you, I don't need.
So I don't really have any long-range people to take on those archers. So
Why don't you have an archer?
because I don't need one.
Because he's
But archer,
boring.
but archer is busted in this game, unlike in 7 where it just sucks.
It also sucks in Awakening.
Yeah, but
But
hey, it was good. Archery was good in the Radiant games. It had snipers, but it's also pretty good in this one.
yeah, archers are pretty OP too. 'cause
And I
they
think
take out
yeah.
they take out the whatchamacallit, the flying units really fast.
You know, one thing I can complain about this game having
There we go.
a messed up version of the triangle attack.
They have that.
Yeah.
It's so boring.
Wait, there's a triangle attack in this game?
Yep.
Okay, I'm asking this question because I don't remember seeing like it being told to me. Oh, you're doing the triangle attack.
Did you use 3 Pegasus Knights?
Nope.
That's why.
Oh, so they actually do have it in this game. Yeah, I was never into Pegasus Knights in this game. I was more into the heavy
That's
armor
fine.
class.
Yeah.
It's treated as one of those gambit attacks in this game.
You're in tip-top shape.
That makes sense, yeah.
Ooh, almost to the boss now. And almost close to our time ready to stop, so that also makes things be way better. What's that? Enemy reinforcements. I have to clear the entire group that showed up.
Honestly, they're weak enough that it really wouldn't matter.
True.
It would probably take 2 turns.
Who's gonna come attack my bacon over here? Ah, he needs some EXP. But yeah, my favorite class in this game is the heavy armor characters. I've stated to you many times before, Reggie. I love armor.
Yeah.
I love armor in games and in fiction.
I love armor.
Yeah.
It's very nice. It's big and it's bulky.
It's very bulky and you can't die.
I like to go for their face.
Yeah, you're doing on time about that.
It's okay, guys. I'm prepared for 2020.
But the moment magic user come by, I'm pretty screwed.
Or you take an arrow to the eye,
That's
Like
that's less likely to happen. But like the heavy
like
armor.
the meme.
Oh yeah. Isn't that happened to Fortescue, dude? That happened to Fortescue.
Like, hey, preparing for 2020. 2020.
That legitimately happened to Fortescue. You remember Fortescue, right?
What is you? In more British, actually.
Oh yeah. PlayStation 1.
It sounds.
PlayStation 1. He's a skull guy. Skeleton.
Oh,
Man.
that guy.
No, it's not ringing any bells.
Medieval. It had 2 games on the PlayStation.
Oh. Okay,
And
Medieval.
remake.
I never played those. I know the title though, but I've never played them.
Literally the first cutscene shows you him when he was alive. He was the first to die on the battlefield, but
The remake reveals that he wasn't even really supposed to be there.
Still, he was the first to die in the battlefield, but because he was friends with the king made up a story saying that he fought bravely. So when they buried him, he was buried in the Hall of Heroes.
His daddy was friends with the king, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was friends with the king, so therefore, nobody questioned the king when they said that. Oh yeah, he totally fought on even planes with the entire army. So.
And then all the living loved him too much that he felt uncomfortable, and all the dead hated him to the point where it annoyed him.
Mm-hmm.
He just wants an even middle.
Alright, let's see. Gotta deal with all these archer guys. Dimitri, do your stuff.
Throw the spear.
The spear, my lord, the spear! I just realized my spear is broken. I'll have to buy one later.
Oh, damn. Look, your spear's broken. I guess you won't be getting a net anytime soon.
What do you mean getting a net? Dude, she's
Eyebrows wiggle furiously.
Bruh, she's not even of age. Yet.
Quit grooming her, man.
What? I feel highly offended right now, so I'm gonna go over there.
And that is like 2 years younger than you, and you're like 16 or 17.
Bilo doesn't. They don't. They have a birth certificate for everybody, and Gyleth is the only one that has question marks on his.
But this is where you go for one of the teachers.
Honestly, Gyleth is supposed to be around the age of the students.
This is why you're supposed to go after Shamir.
You're dating wrong,
Miss
man.
Thunder and Lightning is better.
Which one? What?
Miss Thunder and Lightning is better. Miss Friday.
Oh, by the way,
Catherine?
you've earned my gratitude.
Yeah, probably.
Catherine's the
Why not?
sultan,
Que no los dos.
though. Alright, let's see. White Mage is gonna attack Annette, even though she has high resistance.
I am grateful all the same.
Take that, thief. Eh. There you go. She's now level 6.
You fall down the shaft.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
I thought you were doing the Back to the Future thing.
I have no idea what that is.
You've never
I've
played. You've never
the
seen the
movies,
Back
but-
to the Future video game on the NES.
Yeah, I've seen clips of it, but I just never really watched a playthrough.
Some pretty bad stuff. Back in the day when they thought us kids would buy anything they'd throw out.
No, we know better than to get anything that's based on a movie.
Well, nowadays,
Do we? Do we really?
well,
Yeah.
we're kind of beyond the whole deal with shovelware, because the Wii was drenched with shovelware, and people had that mentality of like, oh yeah, we put this on the Wii, oh definitely the kids will buy it.
No.
You haven't seen the Switch library, apparently.
Well, I mean that's just the problem of having a popular console. Well,
I mean, hey, the Wii had Mad World and No More Heroes, so there's that.
true. Well, those were also
But then the
very flawed
game-
games too.
Then the GameCube had a Darkness.
Oh my
Feature
goodness, what a
darkness.
tease! What a tease! It left it at 1. There, I defeated the bandit guy, or actually I killed him. So therefore, we are the winners.
Did Dimitri kill anybody?
I don't think had him kill anybody. He got XP though.
Same.
Dimitri was a win. He's not a psychopath
Um,
yet.
I'm fairly certain that Dimitri's already killed somebody before, though.
No, he hasn't. Did
If I'm remembering to talk about his supports and his character and whatnot, as
I'm thinking he definitely kills to do if you don't do certain things right.
I don't mean that, but
But that's
okay.
just a game theory.
That's just a theory. A game theory.
Also, this little scene here between Sothis and Gylith here, them remembering this area, it's never brought up again.
It was probably removed for time constraints.
And they forgot to take it out of the game.
Yeah.
Or maybe they just wanted to make you think there's something going to happen here and it's a red herring.
Or maybe it was tied to, that unfinished ending for all the routes in the game.
Oh, you know what? This could have been like the battlefield where Rhea fought Nemesis at. This could have been the same exact battlefield. Maybe that's what they're referring to.
Maybe if they could have said, I feel something slithering in my soul,
And then she follows up with,
living in
wait,
this place.
and then she follows up, wait, you're the Blue House, right? Let's forget about it.
Right?
Yeah, so Sothis is pretty much just saying she remembers this place, but she doesn't know why. And so does Byleth for that extent. He remembers this place, but he's probably linked his memories with her. So he's probably seeing what she saw.
Well, considering he's
No,
based
Bob, stop talking to the people in your head. Let's go.
Yeah.
You were gonna say?
I lost track of how. It's all your fault. Gosh.
Sorry, I just wanted to make a joke about what was going on.
Unsubscribe.
Oh my goodness. Oh man, I just realized we were recording all this in 1 hour. I haven't even cut this into a spot, so it's gonna be a 1 hour video.
It's probably
Good job.
two.
I'm most likely
It's okay.
going to split it.
Okay, you can split the training battles.
Oh, you really want us to cut out the conversation we had, the meaningful conversation about Fire Emblem with?
I said you could split them. I didn't say you could just cut it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's an hour. Let's do
And just
video.
throw away my magnificent voice.
Oh, it's
Please.
magnificent now, huh? Okay.
Life is terrible.
Yes, yours is.
Oh look, it's Edelgard.
Look, it's what should have been the best character in the damn game.
I bet you if you were to throw
And
Edelgard,
fuck.
if you were to throw Edelgard's face on any thumbnail in a video that was Fire Emblem related, it'd get more views.
Yeah,
It's
Sure.
still good.
It's the Shadow the
Sometimes it
Hedgehog
still
problem.
does.
It's the Shadow the Hedgehog problem. You throw
Look, let's be real though. She should have been the focus of this game. You know,
like the antagonist or like
Potential.
the person you're helping.
as both.
By now,
As both.
going after those who slither in the dark.
It's like her, like specifically speaking, her route should be the most important in this game, just for what it represents.
I like this
She
response
should be
here.
going after those who slither in the dark, but instead she goes after the church.
Why would he
Yeah.
say puppy love? Why would
Makes sense.
Garliff hasn't established himself as somebody that would say puppy love? Really? Okay.
Kinky.
But here's my honest take on how the story structure should have gone. It should have been this entire no splitting paths. This should have been you don't choose a house. You just teach everybody in the same place. All right, all the characters, like maybe cut some characters that aren't essential, and
Like half of them.
yeah, like half of them, and then you have your one class that you deal with, and all three of the lords happen to be there, and
That
then
sounds real
the
boring.
reveal happens with Edelgard, and then Dimitri goes crazy, and then Claude is your first lord that chills out with you, because he's Claude, all right, and then eventually you go through that arc where you try to find Dimitri. Dimitri goes crazy after the time skip. And then you convince Dimitri, oh, we were all a class at one point, and then we go through that arc, all right? And then we end up having to deal with the whole Edelgard bit where, like here, we have not only do we have was it Dimitri as our person that we essentially saved from himself, but we have Claude helping us as well doing that. And then with Claude being part of the integral part of the story, he could be therefore influence Edelgard a little bit to say, hey, what you're doing is kind of wrong, and then introduce those who slither in the dark. So therefore, all three of them have a common enemy, which is them, and then you all kind of join up together. How you would end it, I don't know how you would be able to end that. Like after you beat the slither in the dark, do we just go back to war?
Okay, I see where you're going with that, and I do see how that could work. If it's structured sort of like, I think if they broke it down to a similar way they did with Radiant Dawn, where you had the different factions going through on different chapters, right?
Yeah.
Like how in Radiant Dawn you have the Dawn Brigade, but then on like next segment you have the Grail Mercenaries, or Alencia and her knights, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have those different factions, so they all meet up together at the end, right?
Yeah.
That structure could work. What you're suggesting,
Yeah.
although I feel like with what we know of the story that is, I feel like there should still be some kind of like a player choice in how events unfold. I think definitely.
Split paths.
Well, not necessarily split paths, but at least I'm just thinking to Mark's whole spiel there. I'm thinking like, make Claude more essential. Maybe Claude shouldn't be a lord. Maybe he should just be like a key figure as a character,
Like
rather
a Shamir,
than
like a Shamir.
sort of. I was gonna say more like. I lost my thought of what reference I was gonna make for him, but okay, whatever. That's not important. But yeah, definitely make him like a key component, and you can have the Blue Lions route as it is. Trim it down a bit, but you can definitely keep the Blue Lions route as it mostly is
Yeah.
for Dimitri's whole arc. And then with that said, you can also, I think there should also be a point where
We focus on
you,
Edelgard.
yeah, you can either have two branching paths where you go with, where like you get Claude, and then you either go to Edelgard or Dimitri, and then from there, depending on what happens in either of those, you either kill the opposing one and then continue on, or you recruit them somehow, right?
Well,
It would have to end in
I see where you're coming from with that, and I have the controller down while this cutscene is playing. We're gonna end our session really soon, but what I'm trying to get at is I'm trying to get rid of the choice system to have a more coherent story. Because when you put choice
Right.
when you put choice in there, you have to make a lot of sacrifices for the sake of making
That is
what the
true,
player
yes.
wants and why they want it for. So
Right, that's true.
when I'm taking away the choice, it gives the story a better chance to be fleshed out. So now that I'm no longer like pushing buttons here or looking at the cutscenes playing, I'm just gonna stop here. This is what I'm getting at. You start the first half with just one class, which has everybody. Okay.
Right.
You have the Edelgard reveal. You're like, oh my goodness, she's evil according to what you would think and all that, and then you have the entire battle against her, and then you have your 5-year time skip, whatever that may be. Then, like you said earlier, I agree with you that you have most of how the Blue Lines portion of the story plays out, where you're pretty much trying to redeem the king from himself, and of course trim it down because you don't want the game to be too long. So get to the part where you redeem Dimitri, have his moment, and then you shift gears to Edelgard and be like, okay, well, instead of like, okay, we're here to kill Edelgard, let's see if we can, make peace. Well, she's not going to have that because she's set in her ways. And you know how the ending of Blue Lions goes, where she essentially gets shanked by him. Well, instead of having that, maybe have it to the point where she's like, well, you defeated me. Well, what now? And Dimitri's like, well, I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to honor what I said, where we can both agree to work together. Which I feel like that's what he was trying to go for before she just like, nah, fam, I'm gonna stab you. But if you take, what?
I still think she was.
That was more just like he's trying to make peace with somebody who he knows was his friend. And family.
Yeah, and so you get rid of that point of being like, let's say maybe they get interrupted before she does that, and the Slithering in the Dark show up and be like, well, she failed, all their puppeteering didn't work out, and it kind of tips off like, oh, these are the real enemies that are causing all this stuff to happen. Let's put away our differences aside, and you go against our common enemy. And at the same time, you also have that plot with Rhea, who, remember, she was kidnapped by Edelgard. So you bring her into the fold. You get your entire, I guess, if you want to, plot dump of what she did with everything, which gives you answers to why the church is the way the church is, and gives you reason to feel like more sympathy for Edelgard and why she's doing what she's doing. So you kind of have the four heads. If you're saying that Claude doesn't matter, which now that I'm saying it, Claude has no significance if we throw in.
He doesn't, but he should have.
Yeah,
I feel like he should be like the linchpin, but between all of them.
Yeah, the peacemaker between everybody here.
That, or like he should sort of like the commonality factor that sort of like fits into like their goals, so to speak. Like Dimitri is supposed to be fighting for the kingdom and the people, right? And then Edelgard is trying, and then Edelgard is trying to depose the authority to free the people.
Yeah.
And like you could make Claude the representative of the people, that like thematically speaking.
Mm-hmm. And that would give both of them a reason to have to believe him and understand him, because we're fighting for essentially the same reason, but different ways of doing it, and he is that reason that we both share.
And if they could just make him more significant to both of their actual goals, then I think that would actually, mixing all of them together would be a actual good idea.
So
I don't know how the Golden Deer route actually progresses to really try to input anything about Claude as a character or with his story. The fact that I know that they primarily deal with those who slither in the dark.
yeah, they take down a zombie nemesis as the final boss. They revive him, and yeah, that's his own issues. But you would have the final confrontation, or at least the final, I guess you would say, third of the campaign would be dealing with the slithering in the dark. You have all the lords with you,
Yeah.
including Rhea, who is willing to say, okay, we have a common enemy. He's going to bring back the guy I killed, so I might as well support you and ignore the fact that you kidnapped me, Edelgard, because we have a common threat.
It could have just that whole thing could have just been because, like, okay, everybody thinks that the other person is the enemy, but in actuality it's not, right? So, like, rather than just like, oh well, despite this, I'm willing to work with you because this is the act. Like, it's like no, like it's like finally you understand. Like, this is what I've been trying to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's what I've been trying to do. And it's like something like that, you know?
Exactly. And then you end with them, defeating once and for all. That is like you destroy the Slither in the Dark.
Yeah.
You take down the Nemesis because they kind of need to have that as their final bad guy, which would honestly be a good book ending because the game started with Nemesis fighting Rhea, and the game can end with you fighting alongside Rhea against a souped up Nemesis. So that would be good storytelling in its own way.
Yeah.
You end.
Sounds a little note to me.
Wait, what?
Sounds a little note to me.
Well, I mean, we're already trying to salvage a game that has many problems, so I'd rather go for one note than be a mess like this game can be. So, yeah, so you defeat Nemesis. Maybe you can have Rhea die. Yeah, I think it would be better that Rhea dies in combat, so that way you kind of remove that figure from the entire group. That kind of
unless they made her like Emerald, but
you get my point though, right? Killing
her.
And so then you have the three. You could I know it's kind of cheesy, but you can kind of have the three. Say, okay, we defeated the Slithering people. Let's forge that world together. That Edelgard's mentality and Dimitri's mentality fused together. Where you kind of, and then Claude pretty much unifying the people, saying, yeah, these guys, they're not crazy. Let's listen to what they're going to do. And peacefulness happens. Yeah, I mean, it's cliche, but a lot of it could be that way. So that's how I feel like it would end. Of course, feel free to fill in the dots with that, but I feel